Welcome back. Earlier in the show, Christian showed us a really cool way to make your own backyard bar. He's back now to make sure we stage it right. Okay, Christian, so you built it. Now you have to fill it.
Right? You got to fill it because you want to be able to like lounge in the backyard, chill, enjoy some beverages. So these are basically the basics to stock it out. So the first thing I always suggest is make sure you're really well stocked in glasses and plates, all sorts of dishes. I always recommend going with some great high quality acrylic or some beautiful melamine dishes. There's so many of them out there now. They look like real dishes, but they're plastic, so you're not gonna break them. You won't have any sort of outdoor safety issues. And then you can mix up and make great drinks while you're there. Easy, easy. Now, of course, to make great drinks, you need some basic bar tools. So there's a few things you definitely need to make sure you have. So you wanna grab a jigger. You need to have a shaker. Shake those cocktails up. Some ice buckets. I also suggest some great straws, maybe a little a paring knife with a cutting board, just so you can cut up some fruit and add it into your drinks, right?
Now, if you don't have those fancy bar tools, is it okay? Is there anything else you can throw in there?
Of course. I mean, it's really easy. I mean, basically a jigger is about measuring items. So anything that can measure quantities for you, that will do. And then I know shakers can sometimes be hard. So I've actually used a reusable coffee mug before. It just needs to be anything that you can screw on the top, get an airtight seal, and shake it out, right? Because that's what you want to do. So yeah, anything with a screw top that will give you a watertight seal can be used. Now, of course, the next thing you want to do is stock up on your staples, right? You need to make sure you've got some great stuff for them. So this is when you go back into our cooler, and you want to make sure you're stocking with lots of ice, all sorts of mixes. So some club sodas, some tonic, some juice, some beer, depending on what you need in your family. One of my key tips is add in some ice packs to the bottom of your ice. It'll stay colder longer and keep it nice and sealed. Now, the other staple I always suggest to add in is some herbs, right? Whenever you go to a fancy bar, they've always got some great herbs for you. So make sure you've got some that you can add into all your drinks to make them extra special. Now, there is some extra room in this cart, so I always love to use some extra storage. So down below, we've got our cooler on top, but as you can see, I added in some towels. And then Tracy, what do you usually find at a fancy hotel minibar?
Lots and lots of snacks, and I really hope some chocolate. Fingers crossed.
So fingers crossed, right? I always suggest adding in some great snacks. Keep them in a reusable container, which is great. You can bring it in at night in case you have critters in your neck of the woods. But you can keep it below just so everyone's nice and snacks. And then if you're gonna do chocolate, Tracy, stick it in that cooler or you're gonna have melted chocolate.
Very good point, because that's just a very sad day if the chocolate melts. Since we're talking about snacks, you mentioned, Christian, always to keep in mind if you've got people at your place and they are drinking responsibly, hopefully, you need to have some snacks out there so you can make sure that they are putting that with the alcohol and it's all good, right?
Yep, exactly.
Incredible project there, Christian. Thank you so much for that.